What is up, everyone? So today is exciting stuff. Today we are putting a new transmission in my S15. Now we talked about it in the last video. If you guys didn't watch the last video, go watch it because it'll explain more here. But as you guys know, I have my S15 here, and before we go back to CT, we're gonna do some mods to it and have some fun. So fully built SR, right? This thing's got lots of goodies on it, but the one thing it really is lacking is the transmission. It currently has a factory 5-speed SR trans in it, which isn't known to be the strongest thing on the planet, and this is going to make a lot of power, so we have to swap the tranny out before we get there. So if you guys don't know what I got, let's check it out. So I got myself a brand new factory Nissan Nismo 6-speed transmission. Mouthful. Nice. Crazy. So if you guys didn't know, the true spec car came with a 6-speed transmission, but those are also known to be extremely weak. So this is a factory S15 6-speed transmission, but it's Nismo, so it has upgraded gears, so it's stronger, and it actually has a more aggressive gear ratio to make it a little bit more aggressive driving, right? I don't know a good way to put that, but yeah, so we got this thing brand new from Nissan. Thanks to our buddy Okachan down at Yashio Factory. He was able to hook it up and give us an amazing deal on it, and now it is going in the car. So we got some goodies to go with it, but we'll talk about that more later on. What we gotta do now is get the existing 5-speed out. Tony, what's step number one that everyone forgets?
Take the shifter off.
Yeah, because then you're pulling the trans out, you're ripping your shift boot because you forgot to take it out, and
not a good time.
We finally figured out what kind of shifter's in there. What is in it?
Piece of shit.
So it's a Circuit Sport one, which kind of sucks.
Definitely sucks. It feels like shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Does not feel good.
So this is just like the factory spec ass open diff. The goal is to hopefully see if I can convince Adam to sell me a spec art diff. But for now, let's drain the fluids and start unbolting stuff.
Right, not even a drip.
Oh, it's got some good stuff in there too. What a waste. This is probably one of the smoothest 5-speeds I've ever had. I'm happy that we could change it before we blow it apart.
It's like fruit by the foot.
Looks like the inside of Gushers.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It looks delicious. I'm so tempted.
Pinky in the brain.
I can't unsee that now. I would love a channel of just those two bickering to each other all day.
Facts. That would be fire.
LZ needs a new segment.
Hop in the comments below if you guys want to see a channel with Johan and Booth just bantering.
I'd watch it.
I'd watch that shit.
Just Sean getting tight all day.
Nice work, James.
Get this out of here. Yo, these little socket with the swivel built in, biggest cheat code ever.
Yeah, they're good. They work.
The only problem is trans bolts are so freaking tight, dude. Ready? Ooh, that's good. You either broke the tool or broke the bolt loose. I think we got the bolt this time. Well, it's been a casual 30 minutes and that was the last bolt, so hopefully the trans slips right out. That'll be a home run. All right, that's going. Let's see what will pop out. Boom. There we go. So we just spun at 180. As you can see, the tallest part of the bell housing is right here. So this tends to hit the firewall pretty dramatically. So sometimes if you spin the trans 180, which is what we did, see how it's not as aggressive down here? It allows you to kind of slip the trans out.
Nice.
Nice work.
45 minutes.
I don't want to.
Casual 45, I'll take it.
Thank you, Mike.
What do we got for a clutch? What do we got for a clutch? We have a ACT?
ACT, there's a model number. We'll look it up later.
Yes, sir. All right, blast that thing off, Tone. There we go.
Watch out.
That's it. This thing was not even broken in yet. It has 250 miles on it. a little too stiff for me. Boom. Well, it actually has a really nice flywheel on it, so we're gonna be keeping this for a future project. All right, so now we actually have to get the new transmission ready to put into the car. So the first thing I want to do, Steve, is replace the current stock shifter with a short shifter. How funny is this, right? Look at this crazy big thing that sticks up. The 5-speed trans is just flat here. I really wanted the short shifter in this thing, and I'm really picky with short shifters because if the short shifter doesn't feel good, the car doesn't feel good, right? It's a big portion of it. So Samit suggested Cube Speed, which is his favorite short shifter for this trans. He said it feels amazing, and I'm gonna trust him because he's had a lot of SRs. So we're gonna put this in before it goes into the car, just to make it a lot, obviously if you try to do this in the car, it's gonna suck. So huge shout out to Cube Speed for hooking up on the shifter. I've been dying to try their product and I've heard a lot of great things. So, well, this is the perfect opportunity. So pop that thing off. It's a good looking piece.
cube.
So we have like the whole clutch fork mechanism for the 5-speed trans. I don't know if it's the same, but they're like the same for the KA trans, RB trans, everything. So I'm gonna assume it's the same for this too. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass. So we got it all set up. Everything's all greased up.
Sketchily sips monster.
So remember guys, you want a lot of grease on where the throwout bearing slides on because it's metal on metal, but you don't want grease on the spline for the clutch. So get that off of there.
So properly grease it.
A lot of grease, or else you get a real crunchy pedal feel. It's kind of gross. Trans is essentially ready to go in, so now we have to deal with. What are you looking at?
Tony's showing me some stuff on his phone.
What are you showing him?
Nothing.
Let's get back to the regular stuff.
All right, so the next thing we have to do is get the clutch on the engine.
That sounds good. Let's do it.
We got a new clutch for it because I didn't really like the clutch that was in it, and it doesn't fit in the 6-speed. So we talked about it in yesterday's video, but the previous clutch was so freaking stiff, it was like pretty unenjoyable to drive. Stepped up into twin disc territory because we're gonna be at twin disc power levels, right? So the
Big stuff.
exciting stuff.
Exciting stuff.
Exciting stuff. So though the pedal feel might be a little bit more aggressive biting, it should have a better feel overall. So I'm very excited for it. So we got the Exity twin disc right here, nice and purple. It's a hot piece, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
I wish you could see
nice.
it, but you can't see
They're
it.
great.
We know about it. They don't know about it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Is you see this blue mark right here, Steve?
Yep.
So they actually balance the clutch with the clutch completely together.
You gotta keep that aligned?
We have to keep it aligned because any unbalance in the clutch leads to a lot of chatter, and we don't want that. Nope. Nope. No chitter chatter. Surface number 1, then surface number 2. Boom. As you saw, there's 2 discs, right? So now the load is dispersed evenly between 2 discs instead of 1 disc taking all of it, which needing it to be a stronger, sprung surface, which puts a lot of thrust on the engine. It's not good over time. And twin disc.
Twin disc.
You got the bolt. That's a lot of Loctite.
It's not that much.
I love it.
Y'all got going. Stop trying to balance the trans on that shit. Like, that's not. No.
It's boof.
Boo, just don't touch it.
Put a strap over it.
It is risky.
Might touch it. Tell him.
What happens if an earthquake happens?
Or Bob the Ghost bumps into it.
Yeah, we can't be having that.
What was the last? What the?
Look how steady that is.
Jesus.
I love Sean.
It's booth.
It's boof.
Let's torque this
Piece
thing
of
up.
wood here. Jesus. This is crazy.
I'm removing
Carry on with my day.
It's boof.
Dude, this is gonna like visibly it doesn't do anything for the car, putting a transmission
Physically.
in. But physically, this is gonna make the car feel so much better. Oh my
The
God.
driver experience.
It's gonna be so much nicer. Okay, so it goes flywheel, clutch disc, metal plate, clutch disc, metal plate, pressure plate. A lot of pieces to a twin disc.
2 dudes, 1 clutch.
I'm jealous. I wanted this trans. I had to look at it and wanted to steal it so bad.
We said that in the last video.
Jimmy has 2 transmissions here sitting at my shop that I could both use. He has the Nismo 6-speed that I would love to have in one of my cars.
You
and
slept.
he has a brand new R154.
You slept.
A brand new R154. No, I asked, but they only had 2.
Oh, heck.
And a brand new R154 that I could use for my car. And now is getting a broken R154. I'm not gonna have 3rd gear because of Jimmy.
Who broke that R154?
Have you had to change a heart on that diff yet?
What the?
The Spec R diff.
Get out of here.
Get lost, Steve.
He'll never know. Honestly, on the outside it looks the same. He'll never know.
Give me a nice on camera.
That's what my knees sound like, Steve. When I wake up in the morning, get out of bed, you just get a. Ready, Steve? Best part. And.
Wow.
They said my transmission was gonna only take 2 hours to be replaced, but it's been damn near 2 hours already, and tranny ain't in the damn car. Let's go see what's going on.
Let's go find
Mechanics over here. Not a happy customer. There's one. Y'all said my transmission was gonna be replaced in 2 damn hours.
You wish that was your
It's been
transmission.
damn near 2 hours. I got a hot date tonight.
You better call the Uber.
I got a hot date tonight. Alright, so that mechanic is useless.
Let's go find the other one.
I'm getting pissed off. I should have just went to Jiffy Lube and I would have been home free. Where's Master Tech Jim? There he is. He's hiding in this trailer from me. Y'all said my car was gonna be done 2 hours ago. The train's still not in it.
I should.
Whatever, we're at Drift HQ, shopping for some parts, which is really nice. We got some good fluid for it. We're gonna replace the clutch line with a full braided stainless one instead of the factory it's for a 350Z, but it'll fit. It'll be fine.
I'm getting a full Italian tune-up today.
Did you ask for that?
I didn't, but service is good service.
Goddamn.
Shout out to Drift HQ.
Shouts to Drift HQ and my homie Duarte.
Thank you, Diddy.
The man with the master plan.
It's called efficiency,
There's
Sean.
2 bolts right
It's
here.
called efficiency, Sean. Why undo the bolts if you don't have to?
I'm so.
Sean, think about your image. We need to be happier in Jimmy's video.
All right, fire it up. Let's go.
Let's go. I like that.
Fire it up. You grease this motherfucker.
This is gonna be a pain in the butt. I can really feel it. Alright, jack it up. I'm stuck on right now. The twin disc is thick. Does not make it easy to get the snout in.
You want to pick it back up?
Now I'll go back up. It's just getting stuck between the firewall and the clutch. It's right there. It's close, but it's still super far. So I think our shifter mount right here is actually getting in the way. We can't get the tail end of the trains up high enough to actually kind of like pop the right angle in. So since there's only 4 bolts on here instead of the 6 that there usually is, I think we can actually get to these in the car. So we're gonna actually take the shifter off entirely.
And then put it on in the car.
Yeah, so it looks like we might have enough room in the shifter hole. On the 5-speed trans, you can't really do it in the car because there's like 2 more bolts that are like impossible to get.
Yeah.
So. Oh, here's some more.
I'm gonna pick up the back.
Yeah. Lower it. Alright, here we go. Give it a thought. We're gonna try the old school technique of putting it in completely upside down. Because if you look, obviously the top of the bell housing is way thicker than the bottom, so it gives us more room to not hit the firewall.
Yeah.
Doesn't help that the twin disc is deeper too, so it makes it not fun. Keep lowering it. No, pick it up maybe. How the hell was it supposed to get the in there? Yeah, tilt the shit out of it. Oh baby. This one's fighting me, Steven. This one's fighting me. It's like the engine go down so much farther. Man.
Dude, what the fuck, Jimmy?
Oh, that's crazy, right? Never seen it like that before.
This is just dumb.
It's pretty crazy.
Many minutes later.
All right, so now he's in the hole. A lot of nudges. All right. Now we have to align the shaft of the transmission into both clutch discs. So this is hard part number 2. Going in now?
This is your new.
No fucking way.
This is your.
It actually was going in.
This is your new home now.
All right, let's put the bolts in this damn thing.
You live there.
This is your new home.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, you like that?
Now, baby. It's another chance at life. Oh, fucking crazy shit he was saying.
Oh, they're different bell housing bolts? That would make a lot of sense. It's a longer bell housing.
Well, he took that better than we thought he was going to.
Elsie's got bolts somewhere. Now this whole property has a shortage of hardware. So if you're a hardware company, sponsored by Boy LZ, metric only.
It's in the works.
Metric only.
A couple of those got to line up. Nope. Fuck. All right, so I neglected the fact that the bell housing on this thing is so much thicker. Like, check this out, right? Like, just looking at the bottom, right? Look how thick it is right here. In the 5-speed, oh yeah. It's like 1.5 inches thicker, which is, I mean, it explains why it was such a pain in the ass to get in the car, regardless of the longer twin disc. This piece is actually thicker, which makes it, yeah, you guys get it. So I was hoping to finish it in one day, but it's whatever. So hit the hardware store in the morning, get some new hardware, bolt it up, and everything should be great. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. And we're back. And Tony was actually able to find some, like, I guess, zinc-looking hardware at the hardware store, so it doesn't look so
Zinc looking.
zinc-looking. I don't know. I hate when I get like random hardware and like transit like this because it just looks like not OEM. But we're working with what we got. So transit is almost fully bolted in. And assembly should go pretty quick. So we just found out that the cross member is actually different, which we kind of were almost assuming, but I completely forgot about it, to be honest. If you come over here, Steve, I don't know if you can get under here without tripping on some tools. You could see that we're about 2 inches off. So, and we can't just flip it because there's a step to it. You see how there's a step to it?
Yeah, is that because the trans is longer than the other one?
Yeah, so this trans is noticeably longer, as we found out, right? So I was hoping it was more longer in the tail shaft section, but it's actually longer in the center section. So let's go see if I can steal one of Adam's. Adam actually has a stock 5-speed right here, a 6-speed actually, that's what I meant. And here's the thing.
They look the same.
Shit, it's the same. How is that the same? No, it's not the same. Look at it. This is crazy. This happened on the Skyline too. So look at this, right? So they line up perfectly, but this one's flipped around because you see the hump?
Yep.
Oh, my brain was twisted for a second. So the hump is on the other side. So it's literally just backwards with a, that's hilarious.
Gotcha.
Watch, it should be a mirror image. See? How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's trippy.
Trippy.
Perfect. What'd you do? Get Adam a new one, or
yeah? So
even?
Luckily you can still buy these brand new. So I bought Adam a new one. I'm gonna steal his used one. Everyone wins. So last bolt, the super long extension. All right, it's under its own weight. Let it bang. Ooh, exciting stuff, Steve.
It's in there for good.
It's attached. It's officially in the chassis.
This is your new home. You live here now.
Oh, it looks so nice in here.
So is that? It's just, that's it? Put the exhaust back up?
Fluid, exhaust, drive shaft, and yeah.
Where's the drive shaft? Do we locate it yet?
I think I know where it is.
What do you got there,
Found
buddy?
it. So it's really similar to the 5-speed one. The big difference is the input shaft or output shaft you consider actually has a different spline count on it. And overall this thing should be shorter. So you want to grab that, Tony? There we go. Looks right to me.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh, thank God. It's the same. Final step.
One of the final steps.
Yeah, we're getting
Transmission fluid, shifter, center console.
Actually, try the pedal for the first time. How's it feel? Clutch pedal test. Uh-oh.
That's stiff still.
Is it?
It's like you can probably get used to it though, right?
Oh boy.
Damn.
I'm really, really, really excited to try the new cube speed shifter on this thing. I've heard great things.
Yeah, Donnie has one in his R154.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
It's good. Nice factory fitment. Love to see that. It actually changed our thread pitch so we can't use our old shift knob, but Adam actually had a Yashio factory shift knob laying around that should fit, so we're gonna use this in the meantime. And that looks freaking awesome. Boom, you wouldn't even know it was an OEM. And it works out because I already had this 6-speed shifter bezel right there, so now I'm not a poser. All right, put the clutch in for me, first test. Oh, dude, that feels amazing. Try it out. It's smooth. I mean, it's brand new everything.
Yeah.
Brand new, literally
Super tight.
super tight. But it doesn't get like binded up like the other short
No,
shifters.
yeah, the other one was.
Yeah, so I can't wait to do clutch in, dry shift, feel bad doing this, whatever. Boom.
Good.
Good. Cube speed shifters, guys, check them out, put the link in the description. Very, very hyped in this. Now, let's see how it all feels.
Start it up.
Yoke's Garage.
Dude, the clutch feels like the whole swap was worth it alone just for the clutch feel. So much better, so much better. Ooh, the shifter's smooth, it goes right in.
Take her for a spin.
Ooh, I love it, I love it. Dude, I'm so happy. Oh my God. I'm telling you, like, right, where you connect yourself to the car, right? The steering wheel, the pedals, the shifter. The shifting was trash. You couldn't get it in and out of gear. The pedal on the clutch was absurd. And now the pedal feels great. The shifter feels absolutely amazing. And well, now we have a 6th gear. And I know I'm not gonna grenade this transmission once I start making some horse puppies, so. I know it's hard, you don't just like see it change, but man, does it feel so much better. It makes the whole car have a different aura to it now, you know?
Yeah. You look happy as a pig in shit.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Atta boy.
Dude, now I have like full spec R drivetrain. I need a diff, but like spec R, baby. Spec, we're rear brakes and a diff away from being a full spec R plus, I mean, the Nismo trans in this thing.
Smooth.
The only thing that sucks is the VTC rattle on the engine is getting worse. It was pretty bad when we got it, but it was manageable, and now it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to replace the VTC gear or rebuild it. It's kind of a pain in the ass job, but so be it. You could hear it, little ticky ticky ticky.
Yeah.
VTC baby. So I'm gonna go around again. This feels. Yeah, Steve, hop in. The whole car, it just feels like a whole different car. You can quick shift it, and like
You're digging the cube?
hell yeah, it is. Like you gotta remember too, like first off, we're used to driving left-hand drive, which means we're used to shifting with our right hands, and it's left hand, so it's your non-dominant, so it's not as strong. So like when you have a bad short shifter in a right-hand drive car, especially when you're right-handed, it's so much more noticeable.
Yeah.
Because this is your weak hand, right?
Yeah.
This is sick. Man, now I gotta tune this thing. Oh, the VT's getting really bad, dude. This car is so fast. Yeah, that VTC rattle's bad, dude.
Pissing you off.
Yeah, because it would go away once the car is warmed up. You hear it right now?
Yeah.
The chatter. That sucks. All right, well, it looks like we have to do one more thing before we tune this damn thing. Oh.
What causes the VTC to do that?
So the VTC is a floating cam gear, right?
Yep.
And so it's controlled by oil pressure. And so when the seals get a little shady over time, it has a hard time keeping oil pressure in it.
Yeah.
So it makes this mechanical gear just kind of float back and forth and just kind of knock on itself. So it sounds really bad.
Makes noise.
I have a new one. I was just hoping I wouldn't have to replace it this soon because it's kind of a shitty job.
Yeah.
But so be it.
So be it.
So be
man.
it. Man, this is cool.
At the Yashio factory.
Yes, sir. Stole it from LZ himself. Thank you, Adam. Had to step in. Now we're good. Gotta get this thing running right for LZ.
Oh man.
All right, I'm gonna film an end to it while LZ washes his car.
Oh, don't film this. I hate water.
All right, so we just took some time and got LZ's Chaser street ready. We street tuned it real quick.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you for letting me be part of this. This is so cool. Like, honestly, it is such perfect motivation to get back to CT and get mine together. The last thing I needed to get my engine in the car to start everything else was my trans, which LZ tried to steal, but I didn't let him. And now it's on a pallet on its way up to CT, which is super exciting.
Yeah, so exciting.
You got a trans in here, it's just not as nice as a brand new one. So besides that, I'm a little upset about the S15 because I really wanted to rip on it today, but it's not worth trying to like drive on the engine with the VTC going crazy, because if I cause more damage to the engine, that's a very expensive, dumb mistake. So VTC gear replacement, it's super common, it's kind of a pain in the ass job, but nothing we can't handle. So we'll get that done, right? Yours does it too, doesn't it?
Yeah, they all rattle.
They all rattle. Mine's bad though, so.
Dude, yours is the worst sounding SR20.
You never even heard it. Shut the heck up. We have the same exhaust. Okay. And is there anything we should add? I don't know. I'm tired. We're trying to get the cars like prepped for a little cars and coffee in the morning. Very excited. I get to drive the green S15, probably one of the coolest cars here. I mean, that's a really hard statement, but it's one of my favorites. Let's put it that way.
No. You said the car drove great. Clutch felt good.
It is insane, dude. It literally feels like a completely different car. And I know it's very lackluster because I just drove in the parking lot, but well, now we can tune it after I fix the VTC and have some fun with the car. But it changed the streetability 1,000-fold. So
Put some of this in there and it should be good.
some of that. So is that Ignite?
Yep.
It would love it.
It would.
So I'm gonna end it before I ramble on anymore. So we're gonna have some fun and do our thing. But you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. And Adam LZ, you say have a good night.
I love your mom.